Mind-blowing facts about geography in the United States. Now, let me tell you something. This first one is crazy. I actually had to look this up multiple times because I did not believe this was true. But Wyoming has two escalators in the entire state. And this is crazy because Wyoming is actually very big. Wyoming is the 10th largest state in terms of square miles. So it's pretty big. It's bigger than states like Kansas, Michigan, Minnesota. So there is a lot of land in Wyoming and only two escalators. Now, there is only 6 people per square mile in Wyoming, and it is the least populated state in the United States. So that may explain why there's only two escalators. Now, if you're curious where these escalators are, they are in a place called Casper, Wyoming. The stereotype that Americans love fast food may be on display with this next fun fact. So there is 13,000 McDonald's restaurants in the United States, which that alone is a crazy fact. However, if you're craving that Big Mac or 20-piece chicken nugget, hopefully you are not in a certain spot in Northwest Nevada. Let me explain. So within the Sheldon National Antelope Refuge, this place is 115 miles away from the nearest McDonald's. Which, to be honest, is still not that far away from McDonald's. I mean, come on, there's 13,000 restaurants in the United States. And what's even more incredible is that the highest point in the United States is only 76 miles away from the lowest point in the United States. At 14,494 feet, Mount Whitney is the highest point in the contiguous United States. However, in Death Valley, 76 miles away, lies the Badwater Basin, and this spot is 282 feet or 86 meters below sea level. Because these two zones are only located about 76 miles apart, you can drive from the lowest point below sea level to the highest point above sea level in the contiguous United States in only about 2 hours and 30 minutes. There's some really cool clips on YouTube of other people doing it in a time-lapse video. I will link that in the description. The next fact, if you are born in Juneau, Alaska, the capital of Alaska, you are essentially trapped, because there are no roads connecting the capital of Alaska, Juneau, to other parts of Alaska, which sounds ridiculous, but the reason is that the land is so difficult to navigate because it is mountainous, it is icy, it is frozen. In other words, it is impossible to drive on this terrain. However, the solution is ferries. There is a bunch of ferries that will lead you to other parts of Alaska, and there is also an international airport located in Juneau, but there is no roads connecting Juneau to other parts of Alaska. Go figure. Also, although Mount Whitney is considered the highest mountain peak in the contiguous United States, Alaska is not part of the contiguous United States. Therefore, Alaska has 16 mountains that have a higher altitude than Mount Whitney in California. And the highest of all those mountains is Mount Denali. Its altitude is recorded at 20,320 feet. Mind-blowing. So these were some mind-blowing facts about geography in the United States. I'm going to come out with another video in the coming week. So stay tuned for that, and until the next time.